Hey everybody, how's it? Aloha, this is Geebz here. Good morning. I want to welcome you to the Decomposer Lounge where I decompose and dissect your favorite requested tracks. And as I've started off already my second year here so far doing bands that I have not done on this channel before, and here comes one right now. I'm going to say RISHLOO, or RISHLOO, I guess that's the best way to pronounce it. I've had plenty of requests for this band throughout the year, and one of the things I did during my break is go through a lot of lists going, dang, I haven't gotten to this one and this one. So, hey, more years to come, I hope. So this one here is called Turning Sheep into Goats. So I want to thank you guys, like usual, for your support. Buy me a cup of coffee, helps me in what I do with the kids. That would be super cool. Want to check out the headsets, the link will be down below. The link is also down below for my Patreon, where people are opting to go to instead of buying me a cup of coffee if they want a little something for their money. And then they can look and they see some videos and stuff that I've done that they may enjoy. So that could be for you as well. Anyhow, let's do this. RISHLOO, Turning Sheep into Goats. All right. Wow, that was so cool how they bombed us with that. Totally unexpected. The opening obviously lulls you into this really super cool, there's the unique emotional relationship between the two chords that are being picked out by the guitar player, which is doing such a great job. It's such a clean picking pattern that he's doing. And it also, that last chord also runs through a few notes that leave you kind of positive, hanging, then kind of releases a little bit of that energy and swings you back in. So da 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 of that nature. That opening melody, great, wonderful interval. At that very first, I think it was 4 bars and stuff. Great high tone to the voice and everything. You saw me doing this with the bass, guys. You know that I'm not really much of a bass player, but you know how I feel about the bass arrangements and stuff. A lot of time the bass is fairly unison to chord changes and stuff. But when they're allowed to move around, and where the bass player was doing those more freer phrases, if you would, while they're singing, was really super cool to hear. And then of course they hit us with the heavy stuff. I'm gonna get going right now, and then I'm gonna kind of glam back into the heavy stuff. But I like how dark and gnarly. It kind of made you feel like you were sucker punched. You know what I mean? Because you got into this really super cool pattern. And everything was going on, really super clean vocals and stuff. And then they hit you with this. Now it looks like they're dropping back into that kind of sense of security. But I highly doubt that that's gonna stay there that long. Let me go back a little bit, and then we'll go. Yeah, I'm thinking, just by the way it ended, it's probably going into another song, and you guys are going to smoke me in the comments for not going. But I don't know. This was what it was, how it was suggested. So it obviously is part of another song that's about to come up. I loved that last 30 seconds of that arpeggiation that was going on in that ambient. I was going, come on, where are they going to bring it? Are they going to bring some kind of anything like that? But it left me hanging. Obviously, it's going to go into another song, so I'm sure you guys are going to tell me in the comments what was next. And of course, also tell me a little bit more about them as we roll on. But another thing I wanted to bring up that I thought was great is how they went and they shifted time signatures, going from that really killer chord pattern with that guy had a great voice. He sizzled in certain spots and stuff, which really pulled out the emotion of whatever he was saying lyrically. You know how I am about lyrics. And but hitting those super high notes and stuff, really clean, no stress in the voice. You didn't feel any stress when he was hitting those notes. But there seemed like there was a 4/4 at the beginning that went into like a 6/8 kind of a vibe as they built. Also, something that was really super killer in this, as far as I'm concerned, is there were some really super great background vocal harmony arrangements that had its own position in the composition. So it wasn't just he singing and then there are 3 other voices strictly behind him. There were slight answer backs and kind of what I call it blow-ups. So in other words, it starts, you know, your voice is here, all the background vocals show up, and it's like kind of a stereo spread. But then it was a blow-up, which means that it builds up, and then exploded into that really super heavy sound. And that heavy sound was really brick heavy. You know, there wasn't anything about it that was like riff discernible, if you know what I mean. But it was just this really powerful sound, but it was a huge wall of sound there. So, but anyhow, yeah, that's my story. And the bass playing, well, I said it earlier, right? So thank you guys so much for your suggestions as I plow through in the beginning of my 2nd year here. Once again, if you want to support the channel, there's all kinds of stuff you can do. I've already said it earlier. And I got more coming up on Saturday. No, Sunday I'm going to drop, not a new one. I'm going to cycle through, a lot of people have been asking me to do a little bit more from Avenged Sevenfold. I want to say Avenged 7. So I got one of those coming up for you on Sunday, okay? And it's not too late, though. You want to fire some of them? At me some suggestions for Sunday. Do so at will. Fire at will. All right, guys. Thank you so much for everything. It's going to be a great day today, guys. All right. Happy Aloha Friday. See ya.